view of this thing. I can't recommend enough to go watch Marquez Brownlee's. His is fantastic. This is a different, like, I kind of have a different.
I love the content grind these tech guys are on. Actually, like some of them I actually like, so I'm not giving shit. But I think they gave like 20 of these to like the biggest influencers. So not only are they going to get mad fucking amounts of attention because they are the only people that get to review this weird new thing, but they're also all mutually shouting each other out at the beginning of most of their videos. If you watched any of these fucking any of these reviews, you would have probably noticed.
Take on this and different questions, and that's what this is. But Marquez's is really good.
What is this thing that I'm holding? Literally.
You alright?
How do you find it?
I had it for like an hour.
Yeah, okay. Can you put windows up now if you want to?
Yeah, so like I can put a window up now, but when I start walking, they like go away.
They fade away.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, enjoy it.
Careful, kid. Take care.
All right, you too, man.
Like the consequences on modern man created by the fucking iPhone, we still cannot fully comprehend on having constant connection to the entire world, yet are constantly disconnected from those closest to us in the physical realm. And we still don't know the consequences of the iPhone, yet we're already taking mad leaps to even remove the necessity for us to, be able to tell the difference between the online world and the offline world. At least, here we have a device. Yes, I have a fucking flip phone. Fucking kill me. Android for life, baby. That is my preferred corporation. That is my preferred slave labor camp, okay? But yes, with phones, at least you would take out this device that is separate from the three-dimensional world in which you exist. And that's when you would interact with the online world. The direction we are going in now, because they want more and more and more screen time, because remember, the main thing that all the app developers, all the software developers, all the big tech guys are fighting over is your screen time. I am fighting over your screen time, right? The more time you spend with me, the closer we get, and hopefully that incentivizes you to watch my shit in the future, etc., etc. But with social media in particular, that is basically how it works. And in this case, Twitch is paying me, even though it's taking 50% to pay me, but that doesn't matter. To keep you attentive on its website, on its app, on its whatever the fuck you want to call, right? But the amount of time we get to spend on our MacBooks, on our PCs, on our Android or Apple phones, to an extent are limited to obviously the hours we are awake in, but limited to when we pick up the device and actually interact with it, right? You need to actually be using this fucking thing in order for them to be able to pitch you the different products or services that they have. But if we choose to carry something on our head basically from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, because eventually as this tech develops, if it develops well enough for it to be adopted by most people, it's going to lead to what? A lot more screen time, crazy amounts of screen time. We'll most likely no longer even call it screen time, right? Not at all. And that will allow them to pitch more products to us. That would allow them to basically increase the amount by which we consume social media, and therefore better the product that they can sell both to advertisers and as premium products to users. Thank you very much, Gansy, for the sub. So that is my big concern with this. Boomer Yugopnik enters chat, etc., etc. Oh my God, the glasses thing is scary. If I was 10 years older, I would probably be, the phone thing is scary. But then again, thank you, Skeleton Juice, for the Prime. Isn't it scary? I mean, yes, sure. You all know. Oh my God! Now you get to watch a random Balkan guy scream at his microphone from the comfort of your couch while watching, or the toilets at your workplace because you have a phone. Oh, so nice, so cool. But at the same time, we have never felt a bigger discontent with our fellow man since this fucking thing started. And if they put it on our eyes or additionally even chip the back of our heads, it's going to be quite interesting. But the always be very critical. I'm sorry, thank you, Maguchi, for the sub. Always be very critical of consumer tech advancing, because yes, it might be more comfortable, yes, it might be more user-friendly, yes, it might be the new gimmick that's enjoyable and interesting, etc., but because it is motivated by the market. Thank you very much, Leto, for the prime sub, and thank you very much, Matt Miti Comunista, for the sub. I really appreciate it, guys. So what was I saying? We're getting close to 420, baby. Yeah. I'm not gonna blaze up on stream. No chats. No chat. I was thinking about it. Is that even allowed? Can I blaze up on chat? I mean, Twitch can't even guess if what I'm smoking right now isn't blazed up, eh? It is on Twitch? Okay. It is allowed or it is not, pandas? It's not allowed to blaze up? Thank you, Jaws, very much for the sub. 420, baby, yeah! Fucking 420, baby! Yeah. Remember when Snoop Dogg said that he's no longer smoking? Like, half of my pothead friends fucking immediately died at that moment. I'm not a THC guy. I smoked a bit now while I was doing the January cleanse, etc., but really not my fucking thing. I'm a hyper-social individual, as you can see by what I'm doing for a living, at least trying to. So yeah, but what we were talking about previously, yeah, always be very skeptical when they're pitching you products that inside of the market economy. Nobody's actually pitching you products because they care about their client base or because they want to better the world by introducing something that can genuinely alleviate people's struggles and bring them closer together, etc. No. They're selling you stuff because they found a way to squeeze additional cash out of you, right? Does that, in the long run, sometimes create great products? Sure as fuck, yeah, absolutely it does. But does that also, in the long term, make you more susceptible to being a product yourself that is pitched to, in this case, advertisers, but we'll probably see premium service products as well in the future for the products themselves? Absolutely. So yeah, always take it with a grain of salt. Basically, I'm telling you, you cannot enjoy anything, okay? I forbid you to enjoy anything. If you enjoy anything, you're not a real communist, okay? Thank you, King, for the sub. Enjoyment equals revisionism, okay? And we are all proud bunkerist Albanians here, and revisionists get fucking shot in the back of the head, okay? So you enjoy something equals revisionism. Remember, you heard it here first, okay? We are a proper anti-revisionist chat here.
Get a random pile of bricks, an old toilet,
I found the restroom!
and a bunch of random wooden poles.
There's more poles!
Pile it.
Let's pile onto that boat and leave.
And as you can see, but later in this video, we're going to 100 island.
MFG plant. The worst thing would be an implant with a subscription model. Exactly. Dude, we as a civilization have strayed so far from, even for a millisecond, wanting to be with ourselves and with our own thoughts for like 10 seconds, or God forbid be bored. I can bet you my fucking left nut, 70% of all brilliant things that have been come up with, at least in the aspect of social science, like philosophy, etc., have been brought about by people who were so bored that they went to the lengths of exploring their true inner feelings and thoughts and came to many conclusions. Now you can't even be bored at the fucking subway station. You gotta watch what? What the fuck is he watching? Like, this is meta commentary without even it being intended as meta commentary.
But later in this video, we're going to 100
He's watching fucking Mr. Beast. Every single moment of your life needs to be filled with listening to shit, watching shit, listening to shit, watching shit, listening to shit, watching shit, listening to shit, watching shit. Which is meta ironically on my end as well, because you're watching shit right now. But at least, you know, you get to pat yourself on the back because hopefully you'll learn something from this random, you know, Balkan communist or whatever the fuck. But it's isn't it fucking like...
Island, and also Super Island. But first, we're gonna head over to strategy for interacting with people. They gaslight you into thinking.
So, if you're moving a lot while you're moving, this thing comes up that says tracking failed. So it doesn't track if you're moving a lot. It says nothing for the sensors to like lock on.
I love how he has to wear, I mean, it's very self-aware. It's an internal joke that probably Casey is doing. But he has to wear the whole fucking green thing in order to signify that he can potentially bump into you or get run over by your car. So you should be extra careful how you drive and direct yourself towards them. And sure, we can make fun of how ridiculous it looks, etc., but absolutely, like, staring at this fucking thing all day like this. Remember those old boomer memes, like boomer meme about phone? Phone zombies. But we got used to it, right? We completely got used to it. Let's see, zombie apocalypse, what it really looks like. And like, I made fun of the boomers back in the day, but now, like, it's kind of like, you know, it's ironically, unironically, kind of ironically cool and correct. But yeah, this, we can get used to absolutely every fucking aesthetic. We can get used to them fucking peeling off of our skin so that they can put a fucking ad on it. Imagine showing, like, Times Square to a motherfucker from the 17th century and ignore, even if you inform him about all the tech and electricity and what the fuck a fucking billboard is, he's gonna be like, what, you have these firms that are selling you diapers and corn and phones plastered on pictures everywhere? That it becomes normalized. Absolutely everything, chat, becomes normalized. There is no such thing as normality in general. It doesn't exist. It is defined through the social contract in which you find yourself in. So yes, we can absolutely get used to the aesthetic of this fucking thing, etc., but and we will, if it's pitched well enough to our slowly decaying fucking minds that just want to not think about the reality we find ourselves in at any point. It
doesn't know where to put stuff. But standing at a subway stop watching a Mr. Beast video is a pretty special experience. Hold on, Jordan, let me try to figure out how to... What do you think?
It's interesting. I can't imagine.
Yeah, Chatter sent this in. I look like, okay, there's no difference between this and staring in your phone to an extent, but, you know, to an extent there absolutely is. You know, you were only catching up on news. That's what you were doing. You were consuming your little dose of propaganda from whatever state you were in for a few hours. Now imagine if the fucking newspaper is glued to you. No, imagine if the newspaper is actually giving you notifications that they just posted another top 10 compilation of best thick asses in Hollywood. Thank you very much for the sub, Delta Kills. But yeah, let's continue. Let me not shit on it before I know it, okay? And I'm not shitting on it before I know it from purely a boomer perspective. I just exactly know why this is being pitched. And that's what I told you previously. More screen time, more screen time, more screen time, you stupid little bitch.
Imagine what you're looking at.
I'm looking at you right now.
Oh, okay.
I can see you clear as day. You got on a blue tie with a beautiful tie pin at the top. So I can see you.
I get off here. Enjoy your adventure.
Bye-bye.
What a wholesome fucking human being, that grandpa, man. Fucking wholesome as shit. I'm being the opposite of him. I'm probably 30 years younger than him, but I'm like, these damn fucking children! These damn fucking children, motherfucker.
I opened up Apple TV, and it was like this window right here, Jordan. And as he started to move, the window went away with the subway car. You can't use Windows if you're in like if there's a lot of.
I seriously do. All subs. I genuinely do. We gotta make this bitch fucking sustainable, okay? Let's make this fucking stream sustainable, and I'm going to give you as much content for you to consume through your Neuralink for the next fucking 10 years, okay, baby?
I was just responding to.
And like, we don't even want to touch things anymore. We don't want to feel things. We don't want to touch other human beings. We don't want to sit in a room with other human beings. Now it's too much. It's too triggering to even touch a keyboard, right? To touch glass. It's too much. We gotta manipulate air for our shit. God forbid, you know, we're gonna like lube ourselves up at one point and like put ourselves on those like rollerblades that are continuously moving. And our eyewear is going to notice where everybody is so that you accidentally don't bump anyone. And we're just going to stand like this and continuously consume and be driven to work, where all our work is going to be gamified. You know, like it's going to look like Super Mario Bros. When you're picking up the boxes and placing them in the right Amazon direction. And then it's going to be taken to the guy. And the only thing you're really packing is more eyewear, but like even more manipulative eyewear for countries that do not have as much you know, as many laws to stop additional control of people. And it's a loop, and I can't wait, chat. I can't wait being your corporate voice in your body as like in the top corner, like where is it here? In the top corner of your screen. You get to see me as you drone out, and I am also just a lubed up naked man saying like this with the fucking thing talking to you. It's either this or what we talked about previously, and that's live Twitch streamers from some front where you're fighting Iran.
Text messages.
No way! You're the only person I wanted to meet. Casey, wait, is it Casey? I can't tell.
Can you not tell?
No way. Oh my god. We were talking. Oh my god! No way! I'm actually freaking out.
The idea that I can.
How vanilla of a human being do you have to be to lose your shit when you see Casey Neistat? Like you're like the starting, you know, when you open up Sims and you have like the basic like vanilla characters that are not edited at all. If you're a Casey Neistat fan, I'm sorry, but that's you.
Have my whole like computer digital online world that exists in the real world. That's what feels like is bigger than AR or VR. Like I have the Oculus, it's great, but it definitely feels like a toy. This feels like a little glimpse into the future of what computing could be like down the road. Why is everybody staring at me? Do I look as ridiculous as those people make me feel like I look?
No, just your eyes are glowing.
How you doing?
The only thing I'm glad that this is starting in the United States, because we are not getting crazy, complex, like New York Times articles about the dangerous implementation of tech in insert Asian country or South American country. Because if this was started anywhere there, like every American fucking journalist would be losing their shit. They're like, oh my god, they're increasing surveillance. They're like gonna start chipping these motherfuckers. You know, like it. Thank God it started in America. If it would be wild. There would already be American politicians saying, we must ban imports of these spy cameras that they put on the head. You know, China! In China, it is not enough for them to put the cameras absolutely everywhere, and in your screens, and in your phones, and in your computers, and in your cars. Now they put it on your face. How fucking 1984. 1984. Oh, 1984.
Jordan, you're standing right in front of my Mr. Beast video. Come right there. Okay.
Years ago. This used to be a bar? Yep. Yeah, you want to walk under this?
Alright, so the idea of spatial computing, it doesn't make sense to me when I'm sitting in my office. I've got multiple screens. But right now I'm like in the city.
The idea of spatial computing when it comes to walking around town is so that it limits your interhuman interaction, because interhuman interactions, by accident you bump into somebody or you want to have a conversation with a person on the train or like some guy who's, I don't know, doing something interesting at the other side of the cafe, is because literally human on human physical interaction is competitive, is a competitor for against tech companies trying to increase your screen time. You know, spending time with your mom is literally the worst thing that can happen. The biggest competitor to any corporate company. Today's English London language speak very bad. I apologize, chat.
I'm in the middle of Times Square. I've got my virtual keyboard here. I've got Apple TV there. I got YouTube Safari's open here. And it all kind of works. Like this, what I've got going on right now, this is wild.
Terminal. He's gotta do the tech review next to a homeless person for peak unintentional satire. Man, I swear to God, when they roll these out, they're gonna gift like 1,000 to homeless people, and you know what they're gonna pitch it like? They're gonna pitch it like, do you really need a home with a TV and all of that, because that's what a home is, you know, a place to consume more things, when you can just have a headset. So it doesn't matter how big your home is. You can live in a cardboard box and it feels like a multi-million-dollar home. You can have like a fucking screen that is 800 inches right in front of you in your cardboard box. It's brilliant. Do you really need a home anymore? What if we take all of you and we just put them in little boxes and then give you this stuff? And when you put it on, it's gonna look like a Beverly Hills villa. Fucking class, mate.
It's impossible for me to imagine that you can't see what I can see. Everything seems so real, and then I can just stand up.
Velja, u Maršala Tita junačka je kita, da brate, da jebe ove jebene Amere, pogledaj šta rade koji kurac. Sve će da nas jebu bez da smo se subscribe-ovali za to.
Thank you.
My favorite thing would be being a tourist that comes to New York for the first time and them thinking that this is and them thinking that this is normal. They're thinking, oh my God, like you imagine you come in there. I'm not gonna make fun of other countries, but let's say some Balkan, come in there from Bulgaria or some shit, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Is this how advanced they are? Or how most people would react, holy fucking shit, I need to go home. Where the fuck did they just come? Would be the least weird thing in New York, though. And I've been, okay?
The butterfly is eating my donut.
And let's not even mention just like what this can do to the service industry. Like, why the fuck do you need a guy to like serve you a sandwich when you walk in and there's a specific like display for that particular sandwich restaurant and you pick your sandwich and it just pops out of a box? It's even better. Fuck, you don't even need to like make the sandwich place look nice. If the sandwich place buys online real estate with the Apple Vision Pro service or whatever the fuck, it only needs to look digitally nice, you know, literally only digitally nice. And everything's just gonna be ugly and we're gonna live in boxes and we're gonna watch fucking streams through glasses. Oh my fucking God. I can't wait.
I was like, holy shit, this is it. This is the future of computing that everyone's been promising for like the last 15 years. This is something that like let me like truly peek into where all of this is going. This isn't the future of AR or VR. I think this is the future interface for all computing. I think when they figure out how to make these.
Thank you, TrevBot, for the sub. If that is the future for all computing, we are like, not necessarily. Okay, tech, just like everything else, just like a gun, just like I would even go in so far. Thank you, Jocula, for the 1 sub. To an extent, even armed forces, etc., is a tool to be wielded by the system based on whatever the system prefers as its main motivating factor, right? Austin Sims, thank you very much for the sub. You guys are keeping the train going. This is fucking insane. If we hit level 7, I'm going to piss myself. But no. So, in this case, thank you, XGumi, for the sub. In this case, if we have tech like this that is not necessarily completely motivated by the profit incentive, which is taking as much of your time as it possibly can in order to churn more and more ads or sell you premium products, it could very much so become a very, very useful product. It could become something that helps us do our job much faster. Imagine if you're constantly having the instructions of what you need to do with this, for example, engineering project as you are actually setting it up together, etc., etc. Very stupid little example, but you get my fucking point. It can be used in a myriad of positive ways, just like the phone could have, just like this Twitch platform on which we are quite literally manipulating into spewing up communist propaganda under the banner of our marshal, Jeff Bezos. I would never say anything bad against our Twitch master, Jeff Bezos. But because it exists in this particular system, that is the only thing that is not the only thing. That is the thing that it is most going to do when it comes to how it impacts our daily lives. It just turns us into mushier and mushier little customers and little clients. So it's not that we should piss on the tech. It's not that we should piss on. Thank you, anonymous viewer, for the gifted sub. But it's that we should piss on how it is eventually going to be used. I needed a napkin. Okay. My nose is full. Yesterday I went to a Russian banya. We lived with Russians and Ukrainians. It was really fun. At one point you lay in a sauna, in a steam bath, and they beat the fucking shit out of you with these sticks. Well, Russian sauna sticks. Stick hitting. Let me see what fucking pops up. I hope it's not something. Yeah, they just beat the shit out of you with sticks like this. And I never knew that I would actually willingly go somewhere and pay people to beat the shit out of me as I'm steaming. And then in the end, you're with your bro and you're both naked and they're beating the shit out of you with branches, right? And then they pour you with water in the end, very cold water, and you're just laying there, steamy, wet, after two big dudes just smash the shit out of you, and you look at your bro, and it's such a both highly masculine and highly demasculine situation, and that is how true friendships are built. Thank you, Fabian, for the sub. It was absolutely lovely, and my skin feels nice now. But yeah, turns out there's a service where you go and you sweat and they beat the shit out of you, and it's very nice. And then you have a goon sesh after that. I'm kidding, no, of course. But no, it's very nice because you can barbecue there, you can drink there, you can chill. It's very good. It's very good. Command said very gay, not as gay as gyms, okay? Not as gay as gyms. But yeah, let's go back. I really recommend it. And the Ukrainians and Russians there, I have a lot of Ukrainian, a lot of Russian friends. They were extremely wholesome because their fucking countries are at war, yet nobody brought up politics. It was very, very interesting thing to say. Okay, let's go back to watching how Americans want us to have fucking glasses on our heads that make us watch TikTok all the time.
So I might be one of the 20 people outside of Apple who has been using the Vision Pro the most over the past 2 weeks. Like, I've spent hours in this thing.
Yeah, it's Russian. It can't be gay. You'll be like Russians be fucking homophobic. It's shit. Ukrainians as well. And then the main way they want to spend time is sit with their butts out in an extremely steamy fucking room as two big dudes come and they smash us with sticks. Like, oh, come on, bro. Yugopnik, when are you coming to Brazil? One point, I would love to actually.
With both bands, with multiple Macs, in different setups, different rooms, indoors and outdoors, lightness and darkness, there are parts of this thing that are absolutely amazing, unparalleled, best I've ever seen. But the reason it's so interesting is because it's actually new, and there are downfalls and flaws and trade-offs that come alongside all of this stuff. So at the end of the last video, I gave you guys a sort of a preview of my pros and cons list. If you haven't already watched that video, it is definitely worth watching, almost like a prequel to this one. It is a 30-minute monster all about how to use this thing, how it works, what's inside, what it's capable of. And then at the end, I got to my upsides, which are immersiveness, placement in space, eye tracking and hand control, pass-through,
immersiveness, which is all the time we watch, all the time we watch, all the time we consume. No, mom, stay away. No, life partner, stay away. I need to watch new Mr. Beast video. I need to consume. Oh, I cannot just sit here and vibe. Thank you, Orthotheistic, for the sub. I really appreciate it. For 6 months even. Man, you got a big dick. But consume.
System.
But imagine how good it's gonna be for Twitch streamers. Like the sub notification is gonna be like as big as a window in your room. You know how much it's gonna push you to sub, like a big fucking, like it's gonna be as big as a TV, like 70-inch TV. Just poof, sub.
And spatial audio, and the downsides, which are weight and comfort, the eyes on the outside.
Yes, chat. I would fucking love to go on tour. Unironically, yeah.
App selection right now, battery life, and price. So, okay, for starters, I want to amend immersiveness to...
I want to do IRL streaming as fuck. You will literally immediately guess what country I'm in, right? Which at one point, I don't think I care enough because I'm wearing this fucking mask thing. But you would know where I'm at immediately. And it's a Balkan country, but I am an immigrant, okay? So I am a Balkan guy who migrated from one Balkan country to another. That must be mind-blowing. No, it's not, because Balkans are fucking awesome, okay? Unless you're in deep poverty and then they fucking horrible, but yes.
Fidelity. I think that's more accurate here. I have used a...
But imagine me taking you out on a night. Man, you guys would fucking love that. I would probably vomit all over the camera and somebody in some bar is gonna say a slur and I'm gonna lose my fucking career. But just doing that once would be a fucking vibe, man.
Bunch.
One can only dream.
Of different...
But hey, you never know. You make the stream sustainable, meaning we hit 1,000 subs at some point, and you know, I might take you out.
VR headsets.
It's basically like dating. Yeah, I take you out.
Sets now.
No, it's not.
And this Vision Pro has the sharpest, best-looking micro OLED display out of all of them. The size of individual pixels on these displays is 7.5 microns, which means you could fit 64 of them in the size of a single iPhone screen's pixel. You can't see individual pixels. There's no screen door effect. It's awesome. The native refresh rate is 90 Hertz, and it will crank up to 96 Hertz when there's 24 FPS content playing to be an even multiple. And Apple says that they calibrate every single one of these Vision Pro displays from the factory for maximum...
And you can guess 1,000% and it's going to track your fucking eyes. So they will be able to pitch you the perfect ads 100% of the time, because they will see which ones you spend more time on or less. Which most likely for all like cis straight dudes, for all people who are attracted to women, it's just going to be constant stream of boobies, like just boobies everywhere. Okay, that is now starting to sound amazing. Thank you, Cosmonaut Mentals, for the sub. That is now sounding amazing. Fucking walking around the city. Oh, I'm gonna go buy myself some bread. Titty. Just fucking, sounds kind of good.
Color accuracy. They're really good, and this is a big reason why this headset is so expensive. But then, and this is going to be a recurring theme here, The Vision Pro runs up against the technology of today not being quite advanced enough to accomplish what they were probably hoping.
Yeah, the titinomics are not developed enough for us to properly use this. Oh my god. And this can, oh my god, this can be so, I'm already imagining scenarios, right? You know, when we were afraid that they're gonna make like lifelike sex dolls, and that's literally going to like ruin the planet because nobody's gonna do anything because they can just buy life-size sex dolls. But they are extremely difficult to make and would be extremely expensive and very dehumanizing, of course, etc., etc. But now they can just sell you a normal like fucking doll, like you know, the ones you see in stores, right? But then you put the glasses on and it looks exactly like whatever you customized. And, you know, it has the dots on it so that it properly projects on it, etc., etc. And then it has all the parts for you to physically touch and so on. Oh my god. Let me not doom or pill anymore. God fucking damn it.
As I
Even though I know half of chat is like fucking horny as shit right now just thinking about it. Giving up my soul, but in return I get to fucking create exactly a deep fake is gonna be a next level fucking problem. Yeah, stop giving us hope. Oh.
deal. So in the case of these screens, right? They're amazing. There are so many pixels, but because there's so many pixels, the computer inside cannot actually...
I mean, the second we made VR, immediately the first thing that a lot of money went into is VR porn. So you can bet your fucking ass we're getting Apple Pro sex dolls. Okay, I'm going down the rabbit hole I don't even want to go down.
render everything in high
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck is... I just entered chat. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Yeah.
resolution. All any scrolling, it didn't look as good, so I just didn't use those recordings as often. So this...
Oh man, I always liked Brownlee. I bought a lot of tech because I watched his reviews and shit. But isn't it so fucking cringe? He puts it on and he opens his gallery. So he's doing a review on this mind-numbing thing, which is Apple Vision Pro. And the first pictures and videos that pop up on his thing is Cybertruck. My friend. My brother in Christ, why are you... Oh, I mean, I understand, isn't that industry? So, but come on, man. Fucking... Oh, I thought my life sucks because I gotta fucking talk to Hodgeists from time to time, but no. Oh yeah. Some people have to review Cybertrucks for a living. That's literally dangerous right there.
Again, the middle is super sharp and incredibly impressive. But if I can do my best here through a YouTube video, the edges of the headset are a little bit further in than the edges of your vision. And so there's a...
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, the way he is using it and setting everything up, this could, like, if it becomes as big as a phone, quote unquote, which I sincerely doubt, but, you know, I've been wrong plenty of times before, it would change so many industries. Like what we talked about, you don't need to make your sandwich store look nice. You just need to buy, you know, the Apple Vision Pro aesthetics, and then you just target Apple Vision Pro users to buy your fucking digital sandwich place sandwiches, which they will buy even though they suck, only so that they can, you know, tell their friends, hey, I consumed this. Very, you know, NFT era analysis, which we've seen where that shit went. But also the way you design your apartment, right? If everybody just uses this, you don't really need a big TV centered in that spot, which, yes, to a point alienates us, but to a point, you know, brings us all together so we can appreciate and watch a medium together, a nice movie or a nice show, blah, blah, blah. This way, yeah, sure, probably 2-3 people can sit down and wear this and then share in between each other what they're going to wear, what they're going to watch, even though probably Netflix is going to bump in and says, oh, I see that you're watching this with a non-Netflix subscriber on his Apple Vision Pro. So, you know, a nice little $9.99 is going to pop up on screen. But yeah, if this really, really goes into, you know, full mode, it's going to change quite a lot. Just like this little guy changed quite a lot. And you can't tell me I'm a tech hater because my phone flips. Look, oh, hello. So, you know, I'm one of the first adapters or whatever these entrepreneur shits fucking call it. And yes, in this chat, we refer to entrepreneurs like entrepreneur shit. Okay, thank you very much.
There's a little bit of like a cone effect going on, and there's some chromatic aberration around the outside. So you kind of have this slight feeling of looking into a large tunnel at everything. There are actually no field of view numbers published by Apple anywhere about Vision Pro as far as I can tell, and I kind of think that's on purpose because I have noticed from using them both that the Quest 3 has a better, wider field of view just looking inside the headset. So if I could change one thing about the Vision Pro to make it more immersive, it would be a wider field of view, no question. Vision Pro has the best pass.
If there's anything I would add to an Apple Vision Pro is that it comes with what do they call a flashlight? An Apple Vision Pro $599 flashlight.
Through of any headset I've ever used. That much is super clear to me. And weirdly enough, this doesn't actually surprise me either. Maybe because this is one of the products that makes it so obvious that they're thinking a lot about the future. Like Apple talks a lot about AR and how they want things to just be clear and just overlaying things onto your real world. But with today's technology, again, that's not quite possible yet. So instead, they have a VR headset, but they are using the highest quality camera feeds possible and the highest quality displays on the inside possible to let you almost feel like you're looking through it.
The gooning bundle, exactly. One Apple can, exactly.
At the real world. So you put this headset on, and the first thing you see is pass-through. I mean, you might as well call it transparency mode. And the sharpness and the colors and the very low latency are all so good that I really don't experience any eye fatigue no matter how long I am in this pass-through mode. Despite my eyes being inches from these screens, I can interact with the real world around me, pick things up and look at them. I can walk around between rooms and not trip on things. I tried having people throw things at me, and I could just catch them. I played table tennis successfully with the headset on, which is crazy if you think about what's actually happening here. The total latency.
Yeah, and this is because the tech is now adapting to our interaction with the physical world. But the end goal would be you never go to play table tennis with your motherfucker because it's less screen time unless they can pop up some, ads or sell you a premium product for you to be able to do it. No, we'll just play digital table tennis absolutely always as we wear our glasses.
Apple says is 12 milliseconds. That's from the outside light hitting the outside sensors to the inside.
But yes, absolutely next level technology. It allows us to use our eyes. What the fuck, man? What the fuck are we doing to our civilization, man? What the fuck is this shit, man?
Side image being updated and hitting your eyeballs. That's incredibly fast. And that includes the exposure time of the cameras. That's the specially designed R1 chip at work. But, as Nilay from The Verge has put it, it's still cameras and screens. Like the technology of today isn't magic, so you still have to expose a camera sensor and set ISO and shutter.
Yeah, when you pull back on it, they're pitching you a product that is basically, what if we took the TV and glued it on your head? Imagine pitching this 10 years ago to motherfuckers. Imagine walking around with a Sony Bravia 40-inch, just fucking cut on me like that. So we gotta make it smaller. We gotta put it on the head. We gotta put it in. The TV must become inescapable. The Facebook must become inescapable, and we must glue it to their eyeballs. And in 20 years, when this gets outdated, they're like, "Oh man, we were such barbarians. We made you wear glasses. Now we have eye contacts. We put them in your eyes." 20 years afterwards, we're like, "Well, what if we give you eyes? Just take these eyes out and put new eyes in." Yeah, fucking legendary.
Speed, etc. And you can kind of play around with this a bit just by looking around, like at bright objects or high dynamic range environments. And you know what? For the variety of situations I've thrown at this thing, it's handled it very impressively the whole time, mostly prioritizing smoothness and high shutter speeds at the expense of cranking up the ISO and getting way more noise, especially in darker environments. But you can still see stuff.
That's exactly the joke. It's what Muskia said, cyberpunk dystopia. We will get cyberpunk, but without any of the cool shit, right? Cyberpunk without any of the cool shit, because you think your fucking government is gonna let you fucking have a hand rocket launcher, baby? Oh no. Oh no.
If like the hand occlusion breaks sometimes or look really janky when you put your hand in front of something, you can still see objects start to float a little bit more in X, Y, and Z space when you're in much lower lighting as opposed to the usual perfect position. Again, it's the best I've ever seen with today's tech, but it definitely still has a long way to go. So honestly,
Yeah, it needs to. You gotta plug it in the eyes, baby. 12 Mouth, hi my man. Yugopnik, you might not know this, but was a company that installed cybernetic eyes for blind people. Long story short, the company went bankrupt and essentially repoed all the eyes they gave. What the fuck? Their blind clients, and then shut down. This happens a lot to disabled people who buy biotech. The companies will go under and people will lose their tech or have it unsupported and degrading with no ability to repair it. I can absolutely imagine that. It is so fucking fucked up. It is so fucked up. And yes, I really look forward to biotech that can develop in a way that it can support people with many different physical disabilities to live much happier and much more fulfilling lives. But when we have the... Get used to this, chat. I'm always going to mention this. But when we have the fucking profit motive, then even such brilliant inventions that are intended to help people, unless they are subsidized by, just chill dudes that sub to that project, quote unquote, or people who, or if it's quote unquote government funded, etc., you will eventually have these products go into complete disrepair unless the company is continuously profitable. And even if the company is continuously profitable, you can't really grow a firm just by selling one product. So yes, I might sell a bunch of people biotech eyes, but I only get to sell them once. So this no investor is actually going to come in and give me money to start this sort of project, because it does not have long-term sustainability financially, I mean. So you gotta pitch them something like a subscription model, like an advertising model, or like a resell model. The advertising model is mostly social media. The buy a new and better improvement is what we have for phones. And the ad model is just, fucking depressing out of its mind by itself. And that's exactly the direction absolutely every product would go into, be it bionic arms, legs, etc. Thankfully, when it comes to bionic limbs, to an extent, when they're not as quote unquote software, they don't need as much software, etc., then you can use them for a longer period of time without depending on the company, because you can maintain it yourself, blah blah blah. Just like cars back in the day, more mechanical cars and so on, you can just take them to Joe from down the street that knows how to connect a bunch of shit, and you're good. But the more software is involved, the more you actually depend on the guys that have sold you, and the more you depend on the guys that have sold you this shit, the higher the likelihood in a system which is motivated by this, without absolutely any legislation put in practice, for them to just milk the living shit out of you whenever they fucking can. One would think the free hand of the market wouldn't prey on disabled people. What a fucking meme. Oh, Lord.
Thought out that, once everyone on the
And thank you, Baltazar 007 for the tier 1 sub.
call gets past the initial, what is this? The shock, the moment they first see the virtual version of you. Once they first get past that, then it actually kind of slowly gets easier, and it feels way more like a normal conversation than a normal FaceTime. And it trades the downside of not being able to hold up objects to your camera for a button that can switch to a real-time first-person view where you can use both hands instead of one. Does the audio from these speakers still bleed out into the rest of the world, so anything over half volume is incredibly audible to everyone in the room around you? Yeah. But does it also still sound really, really impressive for not actually being real headphones? Yeah. But the other thing is Mac Virtual Display. This is my #1 favorite feature of the Vision Pro, even over watching movies and stuff. Now, first of all, yes, you can already do remote desktop viewing on something like a Quest 3. It's great. I love that too. But this one is way more interesting. So this is connecting to your Mac and then intaking and re-rendering a new virtual display for your Mac, not mirroring what's already being shown by
Where was it? Yeah, this is Sophie. Imagine there's already fucking weirdos in public transport watching porn on their fucking phones. Imagine just how much incentive there is going to be to fucking watch porn in public transport now. Everybody's just sitting like this. Don't watch porn, don't watch porn, don't watch porn, don't watch porn, don't watch porn. And there's a fucking just old person in front of you and your batteries run out and it just flips. Oh, the future is going to be bright and beautiful, ladies and gentlemen.
your computer. So you can use your Mac with all of its existing controls you're already using with it, but make
especially there's probably something that make like an add-on that like masturbates you this side while being out in public. Oh, they're gonna fucking sex the shit out of this shit. This is like Christmas for the what do you call those people that really like enjoy fucking out in public? Exhibitionists. This is gonna be fucking the product for exhibitionists. You just haven't fucking targeted it properly, okay?
your new monitor literally as...
And they're definitely selling this to fucking soldiers. You no longer have to feel bored while you're sitting in a ditch fighting an enemy 500,000 kilometers away from your home. Now, thanks to Apple Vision Pro 7, you get to enjoy the comfort of your own home, quite literally, before going to the front. Scan your entire apartment, and then when you're chilling while fighting the Iranians, you can just boot up your apartment and you're right there. You can see your wife, which at that moment is slaving away at Amazon factory number 788.5 in the Amazon town. Absolute perfection, dude. I fucking can't wait to see it, man. You can see your kids too, exactly.
Big as
you can see them slowly dying because they cannot afford their, I don't know, medication. So that you are constantly motivated to go and kill that brown motherfucker.
want, and then you can open up simultaneous Vision Pro apps all around that Mac display and place them all around the room wherever you want.
But be careful when you use it because you might see your wife with Jim.
Over the walls, floating in midair, pin them to other objects, whatever. You can go nuts. Now, is this perfect? No. There are definitely trade-offs. From even the little things like not being able to see your keyboard when you're in an immersive environment to only being able to have a single virtual Mac.
There are some minuses. You will need to pay $10.99 a month in order to use the special subscription gloves for you to be able to pet your child back home and actually feel hectic, or whatever the fuck, smectic feedback on your hand so that you remember why you are doing this.
Mac monitor at a time to always having to look where you're controlling. I keep telling you guys, there's definitely extra brain
haptic feedback. Thank you, Pandas.
Cycles involved
Son of a
here.
bitch.
But I do still think that despite all that, this is my number one favorite feature of this Vision Pro. The number one thing that you can buy it for and do that you couldn't do with any other Apple product. I mean, it's the difference between looking like this in a coffee shop or looking like this in a coffee shop. Pick your poison, I guess. I also had a moment where I was using the Vision Pro for a while and I had my Mac.
Big screens, big screens, big screens, big screens, yeah.
Mac and some other monitors around me, and then I took it off, and then I went and did something, and then I came back, and before I put the headset back on, I looked up at the wall to where I thought a window was gonna be, but I hadn't.
Haptic feedback, so you can feel it in your hand when the robot COCK ring GERKS's you off. Now only for $5.99.
I don't know if that says more about the headset or about me. But speaking of apps, we got to get into the weaknesses. And the app situation on Vision Pro right now is one of them. So this is the home screen of the Vision Pro. It has all of your apps. You can't rearrange them. It's always alphabetical. And this is a developing situation that will record and improve over time. But as of right now, as I record this, on launch day, there are literally 600 apps made for the Vision Pro. And
Yeah, exactly what Greg over on YouTube said. Or just go to the coffee shop without wearing them. I love how we have become the species that has to decide between big screen or eyes or big screen carry in bag when go to coffee shop. Because that is the only reason you go to coffee shop. Constant stream of caffeine so that you are max productive for big overlord boss who do pat on head when you complete job very proper. But at least you have comfort of big screen when do job very proper. Da, хорошо.
that sounds like a lot at first, but then kind of not a lot. There are also the millions of other apps that are made for the iPad that are compatible with the Vision Pro. That will show up, but there's 600 apps made specifically for the Vision Pro. The few apps that are showing up here are pretty
Fuck, it's super hot in this room for some fucking reason. Let me just open a window for 1 second.
incredible, and they all kind of find unique and creative ways to take advantage of the 3D space. And I fully believe the rest of the developers are also kind of still trying to figure out what to do with the 3D space.
Zafik, it's because you are... That would be a compliment, but I want to fucking KYS myself from that fucking post.
In their own apps, or even if it makes sense to do anything at all beyond
No, it was good. You're sweet. You're cute.
the normal iPad app. But at this point right now, today, I honestly believe that there are way more cool ideas about VR and AR experiences than there are actual apps. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some cool apps, and like I said,
Yeah, we already, like, we should get money for what we fucking talked about, chat. Like, we are giving free ideas. I hope somebody over at Apple is watching this. Like, you can literally sell this to the military-industrial complex. Literally, the pitch would be, you get to see your family, no matter where you go. You get to experience your home, wherever you go. You don't, like, the military-industrial complex is going too much in the direction of robots and drones and so on. No, you cannot replace good old fucking flesh on the ground, because a soldier never fights as well as when his life is on the line. But he also does not want to miss his family. So with Apple Vision Pro Imperialism 7.5, you get to experience both Alabama and the front. Be a proper patriot. You no longer have any excuses.
I said I've shown some in the
You no longer need to pick between your family and your motherland. Now you can experience both. You can serve both. You can watch your wife getting railed live when you stream back into your house by accident. But yeah.
past video. There are